So the fourth episode of Invincible Season 3 dropped, and I want to talk about it, bro. I was going to cover like 2 to 3 episodes at a time, but episode 4 has the future storyline and the prison break. This is one of my favorite parts in the book. I've been waiting a whole year to talk about this stuff. Like, there's so much that's going to happen this season, and I'm having a great time. The prison break part even drops the lore on the Viltrumites situation. It also kicks off the iconic duo that is Omni-Man and Alan the Cyclops. But before we can deal with that, we gotta deal with Mark. I love Mark, but early Mark is not it. Peak Mark, my Mark, isn't coming until the Invincible Wars. Don't look that up. We're only a few weeks away, and I can't wait. This season has been really good so far. Like, every episode is hitting, there's no breaks, no Amber, the side characters are really interesting, Mark is slightly less of a pushover, Oliver is annoying, but I'd be lying if I said he wasn't entertaining. If they mess up the final episode of this season, brother, I need the full conquest fight. I'm just getting like the sneaking suspicion that they're gonna pull something with it, that they're gonna cut in the middle of the fight and be like, see you in 2027. My advice for the rest of the season, if you haven't read the books, is this right here. Episode 5, the next one, proceed as usual. Episode 6, 7, and 8, by my calculations, should have one very big moment happen in each of them. Episode 6 is iffy, but 7 and 8 for sure. Proceed with extreme caution. I'm saying put the phone down, stay off the internet. If you are able to stay up late at night and watch the episodes exactly when they come out, do that. Nobody's gonna be able to hold it down. It's gonna be spoilers everywhere. Not small ones either, big ones. But that's enough yap. Let's start with the first half. So Rex and Shrink Ray are shopping for groceries. It's pretty awkward. The vibe isn't right. Ray is really set on making dinner for everybody. Apparently the Guardians of the Globe job came with food, butlers, their new team, none of that. It's over with. Talk about riches to rags. Rex is also casually admitting to identity theft, and we never really unpack that. There's a lot going on, and nobody's questioning anything. Maybe in the next episode they'll explain what's going on with Ray, but I don't know what's happening, bro. She's dead in the books by this point. The segment ends with them being called to duty, and this sad shot of their grocery list and food on the ground. They can just come back. It's not that deep. It's 1 p.m, bro. They have all day to shop. At the Team base, they haven't chosen the new name yet. I don't know what to call them. Mark is having Robot investigate this floating eyeball thing that was spying on him and his family, and that brother is very frustrated because Robot is not giving it his full attention. Robot has a hive mind connection to his androids. Let him cook. Let him do what needs to be done. However, Robot cannot confirm who this belongs to, which is a major problem because if Robot don't know, nobody knows. It's Angstrom. We saw the credits, come on. They don't know that though. So Mark assumes it was Cecil. So you know what Mark does. This maniac blasts into the Pentagon and starts slaughtering any and all reanimate he can get his hands on. He does slightly better in a few fights and starts rushing the Pentagon on a hunch that they wronged him. What is he doing? Cecil might have been right. Or maybe Cecil broke him. I don't know. Do you know how scared everybody in there had to be? They probably thought that he finally joined the Viltrumites. I would be in the bathroom thinking it's over. It's done. They had to activate the JBL speakers in the walls to stop him. Long story short, Cecil didn't do it, and I don't need to read the books to know that. Cecil had them under surveillance for the whole run of season 1. He can teleport. He can turn things invisible. Cecil has access to so many resources. Why would he use an iBot? But before they can continue, Mark gets a call. Takes a look at it, says, Cecil, better watch yourself. You never know who the man in the sky is these days. He leaves, and Cecil is thanking God that that wasn't the real deal. So Mark is flying, and he is in a hurry. Turns out he's having another date with Eve, a real one, not a therapy session. I am so glad that they are finally together because the way this show has handled Mark's relationships has been painful. I don't know why they made Amber so annoying. She wasn't perfect in the comics, but damn. You know, it pains me to think that the writers were in there cooking up season 1 Amber and laughing and smiling, hugging, going, yeah, they're gonna love this. And then they dragged the breakup for the entire run of season 2. The whole time you're watching season 2, you're just like, you know they're gonna break up. You know it. They could have just had him be single. He has a billion other things going on anyway. He's a superhero. He's got aliens coming from outer space to kill him and everybody on the planet. His father turned out to be really evil. Cecil is kind of sketchy. Like, come on. Was Amber necessary? Was all of this worth it? Hopefully, Mark and Eve's relationship goes how it did in the comics. By that I mean written well. I am tired of hearing him complain about his girl drama when we are all about to die. So 4 seconds into the date, Eve says, and Mark is like, there's a female Viltrumite behind me, isn't there? She hates dates. Then she points at the glowing green portal behind them. Those 2 guys who took the Declaration of Independence are here. Told you they'd be back. Now they're begging Mark to come with them to help dethrone their tyrannical oppressor. This portal is going to take them to the future where everything went wrong. Hell nah. Mark doesn't want to go, tells them to kick rocks. This is a crazy switch up from last season. A space cricket comes to Earth dressed as a magical dog and tells him, "Hey yo, my planet that's 2 weeks away is in danger, we need you." He says, "Yes, I'm ready." Two guys from the future who can hop back and forth from the present to the future instantly. No, I know things have changed, but they haven't changed that much. Come on. Even Eve is surprised. She's like, "You sure? Like, you usually want to do stuff like that." Yeah, they are so desperate for help that they kidnapped him. Mark then, he starts choking them. That seems to be his signature move now. I'm gonna go ahead and dust off the old choke counter. Cecil, these guys, that's 4. He's really morphing before our very eyes. But they tell him, "Hey, you're already here, you might as well help." Their names are Dropkick and Fightmaster. Terrible names. But I'm assuming that's the kind of name you get in a timeline like this. Who did this? Zamasu? Basically, Earth was on the brink of collapse a long time ago, but then some guy got made king, and for a while, things got better. It was lit, but then one day he snapped, and nobody knows why. That brother went from normal to waging war with the entire planet, and the planet lost. Like, it was a wash. People live in horrible conditions, no food, no water, no AC, toilets, power. If you get caught outside after curfew, you're getting sent to the executioner. Ask me how long the curfew is. It's 24/7. Come outside if you want to, you're done. And remember the Declaration of Independence? Well, the king doesn't age and he is ridiculously strong, so bro is going nowhere anytime soon. And they heard tales, and I'm serious. They heard that the ink from the Declaration of Independence could be used to create a poison that could end the king. How does that even work? How? It didn't work. Of course it didn't work. We're gonna keep moving. Actually, real quick, let me throw an idea at you. This is just an idea. Kate, say she was on an island and starving. Zero hope of getting off the island. Matter of fact, no. There's a boat that visits the island every 6 months. She had 4 months of food and she ran out. She needs sustenance just for 2 months. I think you see where I'm going with this. Can Kate eat her clones? If the situation called for it, if it all came down to one moment, let me know. So after Mark hears this lore bomb, he's like, "Damn, your king is super duper strong. He's been around for hundreds of years. Is he a Viltrumite? Because I can't beat them." They have no idea what that is. So I guess that means we won in the end. So Mark agrees to help. What is the next step of the operation, you ask me? Well, we're gonna need 5 stars. Cool. Now all we gotta do is get arrested. But then Mark goes, "Watch this sick combo I've been labbing." Mark knocks off the first robot's head, grabs the... then yeets that thing at another, turns around with the, "Is that all? I want more." They look at him and they say, "Brother, we need them to take us to the king." The problem isn't getting to the king. The problem is that he's... So they get taken by the bots, arrive at this very, very evil looking tower, get inside, and whoa, hey, they're taking Dropkick and Fightmaster. What are we gonna do without Dropkick and Fightmaster? They say it's cool though, these robots are fodder, we'll break out. Mark is like, okay, fine. He gets in the main room and turns out the king is... the Immortal. He says, "Mark, is that really you?" They start talking, and this is so crazy. He's dropping so many references to stuff that's gonna happen in the future, but out of context, it doesn't really make sense. Like, it doesn't line up. Immortal has gone mad. It really goes to show how much living forever would suck. He has outlived everybody he has ever known hundreds of times. He can't take it anymore. He's not a Viltrumite. He doesn't know any aliens with really long lifespans. He is damned to be alone forever. He says that he threw the entire planet into chaos, hoping that Mark would hear about it and come back to Earth to end him. The Mark of the future left the planet and put Immortal in charge, so he's been here waiting. I hate Immortal so much. All that talk about the right thing and duty, yet here he is destroying the planet because he can't die, because of his personal problems. Mark even says at one point that he could have just thrown himself into the sun and be reduced to atoms. Why didn't he do that, you ask? He didn't want to. So instead he was like, "Oh, I'll just like slaughter a bunch of innocent people for like ever and ever until Mark maybe shows up," which the Mark didn't show up. This Mark is from the past. He is here on chance. We're switching Immortal's name to Immoral. I stole that from a comment. I'm not ashamed of it, bro. It makes too much sense. Immoral. But then Mark wants to add to my turmoil. Mark says, "No, I could never end your life." Brother, if you don't help this man and free these people, you won't kill him, but you'll leave him to this horrible existence that he's begging to be released from. So Immortal goes crazy and starts piecing up Mark a little bit. He's throwing bro around the room into a pillar, grabs the rubble and throws that thing down. Mark dodges swiftly. Mark says, "Please, I can help you. We don't have to fight." I genuinely want to know what his solution to this is. But Immortal is crazy, he's not hearing any of that. He launches back at Mark with combos, grabs him by the head, says, "Bro, please release me." By this time, the twins have gotten free and came into the room. So Immortal says, "Look, Mark, I've gone crazy, I've gone mad," and goes for them. Gets one and starts choking him. What is this close-up, bro? He thinks he's Homelander. So Mark tackles him before bro runs out of air, gets him on the wall, and starts pleading for Immortal to please stop this. And now he's spitting nonsense, I don't care. Immortal then drags Mark along the wall and throws him to the floor. And he is still beating Mark. I don't think he's feeling any of that though. Like they're not on the same level. So Mark finally and just like that, everything is fine. Like, they can go back to normal now. So the twins take Mark back to his date, and Mark proceeds to make my brain melt. Immortal is dead and finally at peace. The people he tormented for centuries are finally free to rebuild civilization. And now Mark is on a date with a baddie. He literally got the perfect ending for this situation, and he is bummed out because he had to kill. So Mark and Eve continue their date, nothing too crazy, flying around with music playing. I skipped that. Now we're in deep space with Alan the alien and Nolan the Omni-Man. In the last season, Omni-Man got violated and captured. Alan came to Earth looking for Mark and Nolan to join the coalition, and yada yada yada. So Alan has been trying to convince Omni-Man to join the coalition of Viltrumite haters. With his new powers and Omni-Man's traitor strength, they'd be unstoppable. He's not going for it right now, but here's the real problem. Omni-Man is dead set on being executed for betraying the Viltrumites, being a terrible husband and leaving his sons. Bro is fighting demons, and there are Viltrumites on their way here to deliver his end today. Alan is also up for redaction, but he is so strong after that Zenkai boost that nothing is working on him, and we're about to see a showcase of that because the Viltrumites are here. Alan is totally capable of leaving, and Omni-Man is telling him, "Hey, get out of here. They don't care about you like that." But Alan is like, nah. So when the Viltrumites take Omni-Man away, he breaks out of his cell, and now we're on a timer because those Viltrumites are doing Omni-Man crazy. Look at it. Meanwhile, Alan is racing through the corridors and there's hella guards. So he's like, I need a distraction, and starts freeing the prisoners on the ship to cause chaos. They're getting washed though. And it makes sense. They had to be captured in the first place to even be in here. They can't fight back. But then Alan goes to this one room, gets in there and says, "Brother, there is a battle outside. Do you wish to test thy valor on this glorious day? Who dares to disturb my slumber?" It's Battle Beast. How did they catch him? Brother, this isn't some throwaway villain. It is not sweet in regards to him. It is not a game. I'm saying, like, this is top 5 characters in the universe. Knowing that makes that one scene in season 1 makes so much more sense. Omni-Man didn't help Mark in season 1 because he couldn't. Battle Beast is so strong that he is actively looking for someone capable of sending his soul to Valhalla. I assume he let himself get caught for one simple reason. He saw this was a Viltrumite ship and said, "Your finest cell, please." Battle Beast starts raving about battle and Viltrumites, and Alan is under the terrifying presence perk. Tells him, "Hey, there's 3 Viltrumites on this ship. One is my friend, the other 2, they're yours. Free game." Battle Beast nods his head and says, "These terms please me, Mike Wazowski. Where are they?" So they fly into battle and the guards are getting cooked out there. So is Omni-Man. That brother is running out of time. Alan and Battle Beast are going body for body out there. But eventually Battle Beast is getting irritated, says, "These aren't Viltrumites. You will pay in blood." Alan is like, damn, yeah, this guy is crazy. But he does find Omni-Man and the Viltrumites. Turns out they're in the room right below us.
Bro, I'm really about to get your picture.
Battle Beast charges the Viltrumites and is making hits. Brother, he's ready. Alan, weave. Alan is getting beat up bad, and I'm just watching this on the couch, hand on the remote, ready to skip because I know he's faking. Stop it. Get up. He's taking the beating to provoke Omni-Man to save him, and it works. And oh my heavens, 2 Viltrumites fighting. Gaze upon the choreography. Alan tags in for the final blow. Psych, it's not over. The guards start rushing in. I don't know why. They can't handle anybody in this room. Either way, the spot is getting too hot. So Alan bursts a hole in the ship into the cold abyss of space. Battle Beast is so hungry for that W that he is holding on to that man like every moment in his life has led to this one. The other Viltrumite is on Alan, but Omni-Man gets him in the hold, and Alan starts getting revenge for that one jumping just. But he breaks free, but Alan grabs his leg, throws him. It's all on this moment. He goes for the long punch and misses. The fight is over, and Alan finally convinces Omni-Man to join the Viltrumite hater coalition. Then he says we should get out of here before more Viltrumites show up. But this is when Omni-Man drops the bomb. Why there's only 2 Viltrumites on this ship, why only 3 showed up to the Thraxan planet, and why none of them are on Earth, despite Mark clearly not being interested, is because there's only 50 Viltrumites left. Less than that. In space. In the galaxy. Everywhere. The world conquerors that everybody is so worried about are well on their way to being extinct. How, you say? Season 4, you'll find out. Now that doesn't mean that they aren't a threat. What's left of them are some really heavy hitters. I mean, like bro, their leader is nothing to play around with. That man is an absolute monster. When he is around, everybody's life is at risk. But that's where the episode ends. But where's Battle Beast, you say? Wherever the vacuum of space takes him, bro, I don't know. Like, comment, all that. I'm out.